Okay. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock to the system. It's the 4th of January, 10 to 5. Yeah, hubby's got to go to work early on his first day back. Haven't you, my darling? It's a shock to the system. Are we awake?
No, I'm not really.
Because you've got to go in a couple of hours early this morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Something to do with, is it the compressors?
Yeah, an auto-aged machine.
Because it takes how long to...
3.5 hours.
So the guys can't really work some of the machinery, I understand, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not a morning person to excuse. I haven't even brushed my hair this morning. And I grabbed the first thing, yeah, this is what I was wearing yesterday. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a good start on today. Obviously, I can't make much noise due to the fact that our son is in bed. I've got the kettle on, so I'm going to make hubby his cup of tea because he's not going to be happy until he gets his cup of tea. So, hopefully you'll follow me on today. As I said, I think a lot of people, will be returning to work today. Okay then, hubby's left for work. I did his packing up, he's had his cup of tea, left. Yes, I could go back to bed. The only problem is, I don't know if anybody else is the same. If I was to go to bed now and fall asleep, there's a good chance I'll end up with a muggy head. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay up. I had thought about doing some crafting, but it's a bit too early for that, even for me. I did sleep quite well. I've reset, yes, Carol. I hope you don't mind me mentioning you again. Tree, that is the one thing I missed this morning. You know, I sort of for a brief few seconds stood just inside the lounge and thinking, yeah, Christmas is now finally over due to the fact that hubby has now gone to work. That's always a sign that it's end of Christmas because it's the one break he does actually spend at home. And as I said, normally when he has holiday, we're away. I've just got the blanket there. Bless my son, he worked yesterday, being it was Sunday, and he was really cold. So last night, especially after he had nice tea, we had doner meat last night. Just a quick meal because I was on the go, doner meat and chips, which is something like they would have at a takeaway when we've been away. Got some rubbish near the back door. Not too bad. We did have a reset, but then again we did clear up. Just got obviously hubby's mug there, mine over there because I haven't finished my coffee. I have pulled out my planner stuff because I have to be fairly quiet because our son's still in bed, and I might go through some comments as well, but it's okay in here. I've got a pile of DVDs here. This is all the new ones, I think, that we had, or should I say the guys had for Christmas. I did have one and I still haven't watched it, so I don't know. I know I discussed this with a subscriber and they said, oh, this is a really good movie. In fact, I think it was somebody that I did a live chat with thinking about it, and she mentioned this one and I said I'd had it for Christmas, and it's still in cellophane. I can't believe we haven't watched one of our new movies. So that's The Greatest Showman. I'm really looking forward to watching that. I might ask the guys if they want to see it. If not, I can watch it on afternoon. So I'm going to do a face-to-face because I'm going to try not to have it on too long because it is still fairly early for me, even though I'm, a morning person. Right, I'm sorry, I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I've got my volume full up, but say I've got our son in bed. So, and I've still got my coffee here. Yeah, no Christmas mugs. I was surprised actually. We had a cup of soup yesterday. Was it yesterday afternoon while I was on the go? They were quite nice. They were Tesco's own brand, tomato with croutons. Hubby was not so keen on them. He can actually get soup out of a machine at work, you know, like cup of soup type thing. And he said that's really nice. It's one of the nice things. I mean, he doesn't tend to have tea out of it because he's not keen on it. So I don't know what tea they use, but he does enjoy their coffees, and it is subsidised. They don't pay an awful lot. I mean, it used to be free, but they have it's like a magnetic key type thing, and they get so many free drinks in the day. I don't know, I think it's like cold water, tea, a couple of different variations of coffee, soup. I don't know if there's juice. The cold water is brilliant, and that's free because very often in the summer he can have, you know, those little squeezy juices, so things like that. So yeah, going back, it's a bit of a shocker this morning. Yeah, I did sort of put a brush through my hair now. First thing this morning, finishing my coffee, I have got my planner. I didn't look at it last night, I must admit. I normally do the night before, but I knew that I've got no appointments this morning. Got my trusty Hello notebook. That's because if I think of anything at the moment, especially this one, I'm going to scribble it down here because I know my brain's going to start kicking in a minute, and I want to do this, this and this. So rather than transfer it anywhere else, I'll probably scribble it on here. And then I've got my things to do. These two came from Poundland. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of things in my notebook, and I haven't ripped them off. I'll just quickly show you, and I've showed you this before. I love this actually. Even if you don't do a planner, these sort of things, and you can get them really reasonable. I'm reading the back, and it says things to do. It's got the day and the date. It's got priority, and then done. And what I say is I write down here, and then when it's done, I think it's that side to you. I tick it. I do apologise. I said I haven't had my morning coffee yet. I've got to do my son's packing up. This today. Don't be surprised if I start talking a fair bit. I don't know which way it's going to go. Don't get me wrong, I'm okay, but you have to understand this is because hubby finished early on, just slightly early on the 23rd of December, and we popped to Tesco's to get the fresh produce. But I'll probably have my laptop or one of the TVs on, depending on the room I'm in. Because this hits me hard. I don't know of anybody else, especially obviously I don't work. The silence, not having anybody here, sometimes it does hit me really bad. I may chat a bit more, I don't know, but I will actually be honest if it's hit me. It hasn't hit me yet because I know my son's in bed, but if you can understand, I haven't had my hubby here now since, I say, I've had him here since the 23rd, and with nobody being here, it sometimes does hit me, especially after the Christmas period, and you know, you've got all your decorations down and everything, you know, and I'm thinking, I've got no one here. On the odd occasion, it goes one or two ways. I'm either rushing around or pace myself, I don't know which, getting things done because I've got the home to myself, or in the past, which I will not be doing, is I've gone out or I've met someone for coffee, you know, just to break the day up. If it gets really bad, yeah, I often in the past have rang hubby up in his lunch break or something, you know, just to have a little natter, because it's really weird. But I'm ranting, not ranting, but I think I'm sort of going off on one here, but I think, you know, I'm making a plan. I had a rough plan in my mind what I want to get done. One of the first things I like to do is try and get my kitchen really cleaned. You know, I've kept it fairly clean all through Christmas. Hubby's helped out as well due to the fact he wasn't working, so he would go in and he's made a lot of the drinks, or he's wiped work surfaces down. You saw him hoovering yesterday. I don't know why I'm doing that. Hoovering yesterday and things like that. So although he did a lot of gaming, I don't think I gamed any time through Christmas. But he always said that if I needed something doing, you know, just to give him a nudge, you know, which has been fine, and I don't mind that. And I got quite a bit done. The only thing I think I can say that I didn't feel so organised in control this Christmas, I don't understand why, because I had plenty of time for preparation. Everything went fairly smoothly. The meals were great. Hobby did cook Christmas dinner and he did cook New Year's Day. I didn't actually video that. Should have done. Bad. But I think the shocker again for New Year is normally we've set the full table. Normally it's extended. Normally we have a dinner party for mother-in-law because it's her birthday on New Year's Day. And I think although we did turkey again with all the trimmings, it wasn't the same. I really did slip off. I didn't video it or, you know, take photographs or something, you know, going into the new year, nothing like that. Even New Year's Eve, I don't think I did any footage. I'm trying to think, because I think I just wished you, you know, Happy New Year on New Year's Day, but there you are. I'm not down about it, it's just I'm realising, you know, there's quite a bit that I haven't taken the footage, you know, video and photographs like I normally do you know what I mean? But I think that's all across the board, and I'm not going into too much of it, but I know hubby had another news report last night. I don't know what time it was. I think it was not long before they went to bed. I don't know if it had bleeped, you know, early on, and you just picked it up and thought, oh, I better check what it was. And I know things are really bad. I don't know if they're taking it, is it the schools under you know, consideration whether they are actually going back. I did say all along that I wondered whether we'd be on a month's full lockdown, but when I popped out to the opticians, both me and hubby were surprised what was open and thinking, should they be open? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So I think there's going to be tighter restrictions. So I have taken that under advisement. I say January is the month that I really plough on, going through our home, revising my organisation and seeing what I can get rid of. And I keep saying this, I have got a really big pile of stuff. And again, I mentioned Carol's name because I think I told her. When was it? New Year's, it was either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I think. And the office chair, that, you know, that big black leather one, well, it's, I don't think it's real leather, but it's comfortable. The leg actually broke on it and it's unsafe, so we've removed it. I've actually got it downstairs because I need to include it in my getting rid of the pile. So that's one thing on the list, and it's typical because it's lockdown. Well, I call it semi-lockdown at the moment, but I don't know if it's going to change. Yeah, you can get these chairs from different places like Argos and everything. But we have to research it because that one we actually bought from Staples. I don't know if Staples actually now exists. I don't know if it's been taken over or what. And they used to have obviously everything to do with the office, things that you buy in bulk, you know, even coffee, paper towels, that sort of thing. They did all the stationery. They did sort of laptops, computers, printers, all that. And then our staples at the back of the store had all your desks, because we got one from there years ago, before we started going to IKEA. And they have, I don't know how many varieties, or had many varieties of chairs, and that's where we got our office chair from, because it has to be quite comfortable, support back and high up. You know, even I like that one. If I had room in my cubby, there is a white one, but not so big as that, but it would take too much room up. So that's something on our list. So I mean, maybe people could actually advise me if they know of anywhere. As I said, I did say to hubby about IKEA. Obviously we can't go at the moment. I know they had quite a few office chairs, so we might try there. I did point out to hubby last year, I've got to get this right, 2020, I often go to IKEA twice a year. Yeah, my limit. But the last few times I actually been, I didn't buy very much, and I think one time I didn't buy anything. And it's usually on my birthday, because hubby normally has the day off for my birthday. Doesn't have to, because I think it's Saturday, if I remember rightly, this year, so he hasn't got to worry about that. And sort of around Mothering Sunday. I don't normally go Mothering Sunday necessarily, because I think it can be quite busy, because I think a lot of mums, you know, that's their treat, and have a meal there. Obviously Mothering Sunday being March. I think the Americans, I don't know if anybody else knows, I think, I've got a strange feeling their Mothering Sunday is actually in May. Again, I don't quote me on this. I can't understand why there's such a difference in Mothering Sunday. Don't know if Father's Day is the same, you know, across countries, you know, but I know for a fact Mothering Sunday, no, I don't know for a fact, but I think theirs is in May. I'm convinced it's in May, but ours is in usually March. So I have got a list of things that I want to see in IKEA, so I got a sneaky feeling that is going to be off the books. And I didn't go to IKEA at all last year. I couldn't believe that. I don't know what happened. I think what it was in January, because obviously that's when my birthday is, I think one, hubby did actually work on my birthday last year for some reason. I can't remember what it was. And two, there was nothing I particularly wanted, and I had thought, because I love looking around their displays, I've done that. I don't know if anybody else is. And no, I'm not one of these people who gets upset and think, oh, I want this, I want that. Do you know what I mean? I just like their sets. It is the kitchen, but I've refrained myself, you know. There's a few touches I want to do to that. It is an older kitchen. It really badly needs replacing, and I keep saying this, but you make do with what you got. I'm just happy at the moment. Both of my guys, both my hubby, my youngest son who still lives with us, and my eldest son, my daughter-in-law, all got jobs. Although, bless my other son and my daughter-in-law, like I suppose a lot of people that work in sort of offices and everything, they haven't now been into their workplace now since the first lockdown. Is it round about the 23rd, 24th of March? And it looks like it's going to continue. They're going to be working from home for a year. I did say, and I don't know if a lot of you, you know, subscribers and everything that are watching this, even if you're not subscribing, please do if you haven't. How are you going to feel going back to work? Are you enjoy working from home if that's what you're doing? I said to my eldest son, you know, it has its perks and it doesn't, because say at least at the moment, because they put their daughter in nursery, because when they had that first major lockdown, the nurseries all closed, if you remember, and they did find it difficult, both from working from home with, she was 2 at the time, and they did struggle. So my daughter-in-law had to go on furlough until the nursery back open, but then she was extended. She's working at the moment, so that's something that will happen if they close the nursery. She's in a private nursery. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going to happen. If it's anything like March time onwards, last year, they closed the schools, didn't they? And the nursery was closed, so we'll have to see about that one. It's not as though I can have her either, which is a shame really, because I would have enjoyed, you know, being at home having her, but there you are. They don't live too far. They don't live obviously in the same town as us, but they're not far away. So anyway, I think I'm rabbiting on a little bit this morning, and as I said, my mind's starting to sort of slide a bit, because I'm going to write some notes down. Kitchen, I want to give a good clean, and also normally I start with our bedroom and going through all my clothes. Again, it's that thing, isn't it? You wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. I'm sure I got that right first time, and it's true. And I've done a lockdown clothing one, and I've done, you know, obviously through the seasons I've showed you what autumn clothing I've got, and my sort of Christmassy ones and things like that. But a lot of my clothes I've not been wearing, so I'm wondering if I can thin them down a little bit more. When I go out, it's normally black or blue jeggings. I have got a couple of pairs of jeans as well, top and obviously fleece. And when I'm at home, pyjamas, lounge sets like I've got now, which I will be getting dressed. I did wear my lounge set all day yesterday, but I had a nice relaxing bath last night. So yeah, so I'm going to, as I said, I've got my materials here, my to-do list planner and my jotter pad. So I'm going to do some planning, I think, until my son gets up, because I don't really want to disturb him. I'm not sure if the alarm was disturbed him or not this morning, because our alarm hasn't been going off since the last time it went off before today was the 23rd of December. Our son's has been constantly going off all the time. That's the thing. We might have holiday, or should say hubby has holiday, but then my son is working usually, so we didn't have many days where the alarm didn't go off. I think it might have been Christmas Day, Boxing Day and New Year's Day. I think we were only the 3 days when the alarms didn't go off at all. But then hubby and myself have still been finding out that we've still been waking up early anyway. So I'm going to get on. I think this might be in a couple of parts again. I hope I don't bore you. I know some of you do like these little general chats, but again, Happy New Year, happy decluttering and organising. So I'm going to wrap this part of the video up and start afresh, I think. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.